my people, welcome to 100 Days of Data with Miss Mailiana. And today is day 2. I am Francisca Mailiana Zonki, mostly known as Miss Mailiana, and I'm your lead instructor or lead tutor for this 100 Days challenge. Day 1, we looked at introduction to data analytics and as to what data analytics means, what data analysis means, and what does a data analyst do, and also how AI helps a data analyst, right? So that's what we did for day 1. For day 2, we are going to still go under introduction. So let's say for the next couple of days, right, for about day 5, day 6, we are going to be doing introduction for you to understand the scope of what data is all about and why it's important for you, or why you are going to be important in the tech space, okay, right, as a data analyst. All right, so for today, being day 2, we are going to understand the modern data analytics. You can see that there's a lot of buzz going on. Why should you even care about being a data analyst or learning the data skills to add to your own skills and use it, right? Why is it important? You're also going to see how data is connected to AI in business, and also you're going to see the skills that matter today. All right, so we are going to start with the modern data analytics. So as of now, we know that AI is taking the world, right? AI is doing a lot of things, but then AI can't function but well if it doesn't gather data. Okay, so this time around, we are not talking about we data analysts. We are talking about the word data. So you remember I said data means what? Raw facts or records that we keep, okay? So for AI to function better, right? So we are talking about the modern, what's going on right now, the buzz between data and AI, okay? So for AI to function better, it has to know something before it can talk better, right? If it doesn't know what the humans are talking about, it can't give us responses like a human. So the raw facts and records are being gathered to feed AI, right? To feed AI so that AI can give us resource, right? A well resource, or can give us more relatable resource, okay? So for AI to work better, it needs data. So you see the importance of we data professionals. So if you're a data professional, you gather information, you gather records, you gather raw facts. And AI can't function by its own without raw facts. Like, it has to know what's going on. So you even realize that ChatGPT is free to some extent. And in fact, some of the new features that is being used are actually given to us for free. And we feed it information, we ask it questions, we tell it to do something. We say, oh, we are thinking about this. What do you think about, and all that? All that information that we are feeding ChatGPT is collecting it as data so that it could use it better, and so that they can use that to actually build better models of AI. So you realize that since ChatGPT started, we've gone to ChatGPT 4, 5, and all that, and now we can even create images through ChatGPT and all that. Do you get? So the data is connected to AI by feeding it raw facts and record. So you see the importance of data. So at this point, we all agree that this thing called data is going to stay for a long while. Like, in fact, it's going to stay, permit me to say, forever, because like anything that is going to come out of AI from technology and all that, we need to know the data around it. Do you get how it is? So now that the modern world is all talking about AI and all that, data is really involved here. So as a data analyst, as a data engineer, as a data scientist, as a data person and professional, you are so close to be in the AI space because you know how to talk to data, you know how to gather your data, you know how to get information from your data. So now you can use it to feed your AI. And also, so that is the very first thing. Now, I am studying, my team and I, we are studying 150 plus data professionals. And the data professionals, the top 100 data professionals we are studying from, actually it says top data and AI professionals. So you can see that, and you can see some of them have director of data and AI as their role or their recognition or something like that, right? So meaning that AI is so close to data. So now that you know that, oh, the world is accepting AI is a new boss. If you have the foundation of data, you can enter AI so quickly. This is also another reason, right? I've given you reason one, which is what? A data feeds AI. Reason two, as a data professional, as a data analyst, data scientist, data engineer, and all that, you actually analyze data, right? So when you analyze data and get to know the problems that an organization face, right? Now, as a data analyst, you suggest solutions, okay? Solutions to solve the problem. Okay. Now, we have a lot of AI models that could give us easy way out to get the solution done. Do you get? So as a data analyst, when you analyze data, you find out the problems of an organization, you suggest solutions. Now you not only suggest solutions, if you want to advance, you can learn a model that could give the solutions to the organizations. So now you can actually start up an AI startup that solves organization problems. So now you become a founder. And like a founder is a business owner, literally. Do you get? So the very first reason, or the modern data or the modern tech world we see right now, you as a data professional, you just know that, okay, data can feed AI to be better. So whatever AI we want to go into advance, we have to get data, we have to get records. Okay. Now the second reason is that as a data professional, when you analyze, let's say as a data analyst, because I am a data analyst, so as a data analyst, when you analyze data, you find out what is working and what is not working. You find out the problems in an organization or in a business. Then you also suggest solutions that will solve the problem. Okay, right? So now when you give solutions that will solve the problem, thanks to AI, you can have different models done in AI because of the data you've collected and all that, and you create a solution for the organization. So now you become a startup. So now if you are a data analyst and you are earning $100,000 yearly, and you are able to find the solutions that keep occurring in businesses, and maybe you have a community of data analysts and you actually share that there's this problem, I think there's this problem businesses face a lot. Okay, so if this businesses, and so another data analyst will say like, yes, my business also face that thing, my state organization face that thing, like, oh really? So it's actually something that cuts across, right? Now that it's something that cuts across, you'll be like, okay, what, like, let's find out the solutions that could solve these problems. And we find out the solutions, and now AI can actually help us create the whole solutions and all that. So you come up, the community, you join hands together, maybe a data scientist, a data engineer, a data analyst, come together, find a good developer with AI skills and all that. You give them the data to feed the AI, and you come up with a startup that could be earning about $1 million a month. So that means you've increased your earnings per year. Do you get the buzz around it? So data is really connected. So if you are starting, so you can't just jump into AI like that. So I always tell people that start with data. Understand what data is. Not easiest, but the most easiest way. It's not the easiest, but the most easiest way to enter the data world is through data analytics, right? So when you understand data analytics, you really don't need to go to the schools and universities. I'm here for you, right? I am here for you. So you go through that, and then you start your data journey. When you start your data journey, you can give yourself some period that I'm going to be a good data analyst, right? After being a good data analyst, I'm going to advance. and then take up some AI courses, blend it together. Great combo! Yeah, so that's how data is connected to AI. I've given you two reasons or two ways that data is connected to AI and business, right? So now you can see where the business comes in. Here is a business, and here is also a business. All right, so AI has come to stay. Data is the backbone of AI at this point. I dare to say that, right? That data is the backbone of AI. So we, the data professionals, we go nowhere, right? So that is the beauty of how AI is connected to the modern, how data is connected to the modern things that's going on, AI, and how a business could run better. Okay, so the final thing we are going to be talking about for day 2 is actually what the skills that are important as a now. So the skills, I'm going to divide it into, I'm going to bring it to the general, then I am going to also give local, which is Ghana, because we are, as I'm talking and I'm saying all this, for Ghana, all this is going to be relevant very much in the next 5 or 10 years. So this is the very best time as a Ghanaian to actually start learning data. So if you are in the university, please take it seriously. And if you go and do your national service, showcase your skills as a data analyst. It can give you a permanent role in the data team. Then now you build from there, also online, so that the international companies will see you as well, or you become valuable. All right, I don't know why I keep going to this whilst we have this here. All right, so now I am going to be talking about the skills you need as a now. So what I teach with our live sections are skills in Excel, Power BI, SQL, Python, and these are the skills. I also take you through technical writing, all right, portfolio building, okay, and visibility through LinkedIn, right? I didn't spell this thing right. Oh my gosh. Visibility. How many eyes? That's about 4 eyes. All right. So these are mostly what my teaching is centered on. So let's take it from like as of now. As of now, the data collection has actually advanced a lot. And so it's very good if you understand how to manage all the data that comes to your desk very well. And the best tool to help you manage your data is SQL. And SQL is a language. Just like the tree language, the French language, the English language, SQL is just a language. And it's more of like you get data. So let's say data comes in a lot of Excel. So let's say we have 1,000 Excel sheets. Then you have to group all that 1,000 Excel sheets and keep it safe. So you keep all that 1,000 Excel sheets here in a structured way. So the X here means structured, right? So you structure the 1,000 according to the departments and all that as well. Then now the Q stands for query. In English language, when we say we query something, it's like we question the thing, or when we say you are being queried in an organization, means that you are being questioned and there's a response, there has to be a response, or there's a demand for response after the question is asked, right? So it's like, what is going on here? You have to answer, right? So now that you have your data structured in SQL, you use query, which are more like codes, right? So it's a language. So the language is, you use it to interact with your machine. That, okay, I have brought you 1,000. So I am let's say I am bringing you 1,000. So create a database, right? A basin in quotes. Sorry about that. Create a basin in quotes to keep this set of data in there, keep that set of data in there, and then now you use what? The language. So the query becomes the language to interact. So do this for me, does it for you. You see it, do this for me, does it for you. So it's like you're talking to your machine. So that's SQL. And as of now, it's one of the leading tools or skills you should know. You should know how to communicate with SQL so well. Right. Then the next one I'll talk about. The reason I've not even touched on Excel is that at this point, if you don't know Excel, right, the next one I'll talk about is Power BI. So we have Tableau and the rest that actually helps us to do data visualization. But as of now, Power BI is leading in, like, it's more of what the organizations are requesting for. So therefore, you being able to visualize, create dashboards and all that. And also now Power BI is being advanced. I think that you can do queries in Power BI and all that. So like the next skill is Power BI, right? Then now we can take Excel again, right? How to, so for SQL and Python, SQL and Power BI, it's more like you are having a big organization and all that, so you understand what's going on. And for Excel, it's like your everyday body, yeah, your everyday body, right? BUDDY, your everyday body of getting your data well and all that, and doing simple illustrations and simple data visualization and sending it out there. Then now, if you want to really advance to be a great data analyst or get into doing a lot of development and a lot of like deep things, right? I don't want to say but then you go into your Python, right? But if you even have all these three, you are good. Okay, so now when you have all these three, note that now AI can actually do most of these things, whereby AI can give you the query language to use. AI can give you how to position your dashboards and everything. In fact, can design a whole dashboard for you. All you need to do is quickly carry it and put it into your Power BI and just put your charts in there and all that as well, right? So now then, if you have that, what do? If you have AI helping you, being your assistant, you have to learn how to communicate. So your technical writing is very important when it comes to your portfolio, because when you are learning all these things and you are starting the journey and you showcase how you use Excel, Power BI, how you like, someone is not going to, like, the person is not going to call you before you say, oh, this is how I did it, this is how I do it. So using technical writing, your communication skills is going to help you know how to communicate whatever you know about the tools, right? So communication skills is another skill. Problem solving, as I mentioned, that you being able to solve a problem using AI is a way to go, right now. So you have to have your problem solving skills. You have to learn how to build a great portfolio and also be visible. And when talking about visibility, I'm going to talk about the Ghanaian ecosystem now. So the Ghana ecosystem / Africa, right. I'm going to touch more on Ghana, but at large, as Africans, right, we are more behind when it comes to technology and all that. So when it comes to technology, it's like Africa is the least to accept what is going on. And when we accept it, it's not like we ration things and getting to um be part of the masses, right? But then it's also to our advantage. As of now, that data is now known, and you can see that now Ghanaian companies are applying or are employing data analysts. are applying for data analysts. I just switched the lights, so you see the light in my glasses, but ignore that. Sorry about that. So as a Ghanaian right now learning data analyst, for me, I decided to teach so that there will be more data analysts in Ghana, right? So that organizations will have good data analysts, right? So for organizations, they really record data, but they don't know how to keep it electronically well. That is the Ghanaian companies. Most of the Ghanaian companies are small businesses or medium businesses, and they try to do things to cut down costs. So they record data all right, but they don't keep it well, right? So as a data analyst in Ghana, when you go into an organization, there's a high possibility that you are going to now transform or create a framework. So create a framework on how to gather, like how they gather their data, how you keep it and move it into, like maybe they keep it in a notebook, you have to move it into keeping it into a what a system on your machine so that you can do your analysis. So learning how to create frameworks from that scratch, that is more of data collection, right? You have to learn about that as well. Then now you have to learn how to communicate, so communication skills come better, so that you don't know that you are not small, right? So that they know that you are not small. So you have to learn how to communicate for them to know, understand what you are doing, the framework you are coming up with. Oh, this is how you're going to be collecting data from now onwards, and this is how I'm going to be giving you reports. I'm going to be giving you reports weekly, daily, and the report is like this. So you have to even create a first report and tell them that, okay, so when you receive the report, this one talks about this one talks about this. So at the end, you realize that if the organization is doing well or not. So this is what is going to show. So you have to learn all that. So it's like, it's very important for you to know how to talk as a data analyst. When I say talk, communicate, let people understand what you are saying, let people understand your work. It's not like they are coming to take the work from you, but they have to understand how valuable you are, right? So when you're able to build that, you actually become like one of the stakeholders in the company, and you get to know how the company is doing, because the data is the back end. The data is how the company is doing. So if you're able to understand data, you're actually understanding how a business runs. Do you get? So that is the skills I would say. So learn SQL, Power BI, Excel, major ones. You can add Python to it. After adding Python to it, you should know your communication skills, problem solving skills as well, how to build your portfolio, how to write technical writing for your portfolio. Okay, so for visibility, now if you are working in the Ghana ecosystem, you know that okay, you are just in Ghana. But if you want to work you want to work remotely and you want to earn in dollars, you should know how to actually position yourself so that the international companies would see that you are a valuable person. So that is to say that learn about LinkedIn, how to post on LinkedIn, how to connect with people, how to reach out to organizations, and also understand the organization's needs as well. All right, so after you get to understand how to position yourself on LinkedIn, building your visibility, it also doesn't mean that you are also just targeting the international companies, but also even in Ghana or in Africa, there are organizations that will need your skills, but you have to show them that you are actually a good fit. You have to show them that you are not just any other data analyst, but you know your onions, and building your visibility is going to show them that. At this point, you should understand that it's not just you. People say you know your skills, but they should get evidence to back it that you know your skills. So that's why visibility is important in whatever work you do as well, so that you get the best out of what your skill, right? So at the end of the day, this is what you need to understand, or these are the skills you need to start with as a data analyst, a beginner as well. And so I have touched on how data affects AI as are now in the modern world, how data can be used to improve AI, how data can be used as a data analyst to become a startup, right? To start an AI company as well. And I've given you the skills in day 2. So for day 3, we are going to look at why data is the foundation of every modern business. Okay, so that'll be for day 3. I hope you learned a lot, and leave a comment of what you've learned. If you have a question, to leave it in the comment section. We are going to also and also try to also make sure you join us in our WhatsApp group, so that we can be able to answer your questions. I send voice notes to answer your questions in a better way, because for the 100 days we already have our own plan we want to give you. At the end, we can create more videos to answer your questions and to better explain your questions better. So join our WhatsApp group, subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave a comment of what you've learned and how this has helped you understand the data well. And I also want to know, are you ready to be a data analyst? If yes, let's continue. See you on day 3. I am Miss Mailiana and thanks for watching. Bye for now.